and welcome to my part, which is coming to you from the heart. But I would like to begin by just playing a piece of music, the Angelus Cantus by Pia. And let us just relax, be still, and just sense the peace of love. Song, Burnt on My Wings. And I guess a lot of us in the spiritual journey, we can identify with that because our wings are either clipped or they're burned. I would like to just come from my heart. And that's the only place to come from, really. But first I would like to, just for us to reflect on the power of stillness. It's not easy to be still, is it, today? Because we live in such a frantic world. Everything is, it must be done yesterday. And you only have to go into the local shop and you see how stressed people get when there's a queue. They're huffing and they're puffing and they're blowing, and they're not making the service any speedier. And it's the same at the checkout when you go to a large supermarket to do your weekly shop. It's a nightmare. How those poor lads and lassies at the checkout cope with the rudeness from customers. And they're always polite, always polite. So it makes you ask the question, why do we get ourselves into such a state? Why are we always rushing? It's as if we're rushing to our death, but yet not willing to take time to be still and to appreciate the beauty of each day. I know today has been a rather tiresome day for me, what with hospital and nursing and various other appointments, but this afternoon it was so beautiful. The sun was shining, there was spring in the air, the sheep in the fields are ready to give birth to the first spring lambs, and it causes a great stir of excitement in the village to see the first lamb of spring. It's an awesome sight to see all the little spring lambs bleating and gambolling together. But I decided, after my appointments late morning, to take the dogs onto the estuary. And there was very few people there, and the tide was coming in. And the mountains, you could see the tops of the mountains with the snow. And I just walked very slowly, stopping at places just to look up and see the blue sky, take in the wildlife, take in the peace. Because sometimes once you come back home, there's a myriad of jobs to do. No sooner have you finished one and there's at least a dozen waiting to be done. So it's good sometimes to give yourself permission to switch off without feeling guilty. And that's the key word today, not to feel guilty for taking time out to be still. And as I walked along, it was an old railway path, and they've turned it into a super walkway where you can walk right around the bay and you can sense the peace and the tranquility. In fact, when the sun is shining, it's like a piece of heaven. And it's so beautiful and peaceful. And you walk along and you think, I don't really have a care in the world. When people living in big cities with lots of tower blocks, everybody's rushing, toing and froing, getting stressed out. Why? Why do people rush so much instead of taking time out to be still? Allow me share with you some quotes from Eckhart Tolle, another great author whose work I respect and value because it connects, it resonates with the contemplative heart. And the book that I'm guided to share from is Stillness Speaks. And we will take it line by line, paragraph by paragraph, and stop when the heart guides me to stop. When you lose touch with inner stillness, you lose touch with yourself. Now that is profound. When you lose touch with inner stillness, you lose touch with yourself. When you lose touch with yourself, you lose touch with the world. Well, today, I was very much connected with my heart, and I listened to my heart. Though there was 101 different jobs to do around the monastery, with the hens, the dogs, and various other chores, but my heart said, escape. Go down to nature, be still. And once you make that effort to connect with yourself, with your higher self, with your heart, you really do embrace God in the stillness of nature. Nature for us Franciscans is the cathedral of God. And in that cathedral, the animal kingdom are the choristers, like in a cathedral church where you have the choirs of young boys and girls and men and women singing the wonderful praises. But in nature, it is the cathedral of God. And the stillness allows the animal kingdom to be heard. You can hear the toad and the frog. You can hear the birds. You can hear the deer. You can almost hear the blades of grass blowing in the soft wind. And your senses are just on fire with gratitude. Your eyes cannot comprehend what you see, the beauty of the landscape, the detail, the softness of the mountains, the snow, and the blue sky and the sun reflecting on the greenery, on the pine forests. And your sense of hearing, you can hear a combination of sounds, eclectic though it may be. It resonates, there's a resonance in the tone of all the animals together. And the sense of smell, you can smell the new foliage coming on the bare trees. You can smell the salt in the sea air with the tide coming in. You can smell the aroma of various plants and herbs. Your senses are overwhelmed when you make an effort to be still in the Cathedral of God. And Eckhart goes on to say, your innermost sense of self, of who you are, is inseparable from stillness. This is the I am that is deeper than the name and form. How true. Stillness is your essential nature. What is stillness? The inner space or awareness in which the words on this page are being perceived and become thoughts. Without that awareness, there would be no perception, no thoughts, no world. You are that awareness, disguised as a person. So let us come now. Let us go on a short journey through nature. Let us find a favorite spot in the Creator's garden. Let us find a place where there is beauty, simplicity, that allows us to be still. And in that place of stillness, we know that Mother Earth is present. We know that the animals are there. We know the elements are there. And we know that we are there. So we rest a while in our place of stillness, and all around us we can hear a chorus of praise. A chorus of praise coming from the animal kingdom, from our cats and dogs, our birds, and the wildlife. They welcome us into their domain, their cathedral, and they want to share it with us. So now we receive their love. We give so much love to our animals, our pets. Now they wish to give to us a gift. They wish to share with us the beauty of their domain. And their domain is a domain of contemplation, for they are in the presence of God. They are totally still in the presence of God. They do not have to make an effort. They don't have to set their alarm clock to get up early to pray. They're automatically in the presence of God. So let us join them and let us receive from their hearts the gift of love. Only this afternoon when I was out, I had the privilege of meeting a 4-month-old puppy schnauzer. And I think it was a he, but it was absolutely beautiful. It was playful, and it was just adorable. And the owner looked at me but she was a bit suspicious at first, a man in a frock. But I asked her, could I please pick up this little beauty? And I held it, and it was like holding an angel. And I said to her, you do realize that these are messengers of God. They're angels in disguise. She said, it brings so much joy. Wherever we are in the house, it brings joy. I said, it's an angel of joy. And I could see in the lady's eyes a sadness, and she was on her own, as if she'd lost her husband. And this little 4-month-old puppy was like a surrogate child. And it brought a sense of belonging. And it was a beautiful feeling. And my heart was so thankful, because of late my heart has been heavy and weary. And I guess that comes with age. But to lift that little darling in my arms and to hold it, and it's kissing me all over my face, I didn't want to give it back. I wanted to take it home. So nature is a place where miracles happen. And we are privileged. We are so privileged, because the animals seek out those that they feel comfortable and safe with, and they're exceptional little teachers because they know who they can trust. They know who is not to be trusted when they keep away from them. So in this meditation, I want us to imagine that we have this little puppy and more like him, and all our favorite pets, past and present, have joined us. My beautiful Sheena and Shamola, Ellie, Sinjin, Shep, my first sheepdog. All of my little pals have come to join me in my favorite spot. And I can sense them licking my toes and licking my hands and face, as you can with yours. And we are sat there alone, but not alone. We are in the presence of love. We are loved by Gaia, and she rewards us for our generosity of heart and reaching out to the wounded animals in distress. So Gaia is appreciative of what we do, and she shares nature with us in greater abundance. She gives us an awareness that becomes a prayer. And Gaia is allowing us now embrace all our favorite pets, and especially those who are now in spirit. She wants us to allow them come to us. She wants us to allow them touch us. Let's relax now. And as we relax, we notice that our in-breath and out-breath are more relaxed. And that beating heart rate has slowed down. And we are feeling tired and so comfortable in this space that we find ourselves nodding off, going for a little cat nap. And then we see all our beautiful friends. All our four-legged friends are with us. And it's a coming home feeling, because they've never rejected us. We might have just left the house or where we live for about 10 minutes, and on our return they're barking with such excitement, or they're purring as much as to say, "You've been gone for days." And we know we've only been gone for minutes, but there's such a love. And that makes us feel precious and special, because someone loves us. But their love is unconditional. Their love has no agenda. Their love is the love of an angel, for one who respects, who treasures and protects. So let us receive the love of our beloved pets, for they are creatures in God's garden, and they have much of a right to be there as any human being. For the earth was created not just for man, but for the animal kingdom as well, and it pays us to be reminded of that. We have a 50% stake, and they have a 50% share. So let us meet together now, and let us embrace this love. And all around us there is stillness. You could hear a pin drop, and the love is so selfless, so respectful, that you can feel a tear running down your face with gratitude that all your favorite pals have returned to give you a sense of purpose and belonging, and that you're here for a reason, and that your reason is to bring love, but to receive love. And for many of us it's so difficult to receive love, because the mind kicks in and draws us to memories when we felt rejection, where we felt a lack of respect and honor, and we can feel the brick walls going up again, and that pretense mode. But with the animal kingdom and our pals, there's no agenda, only love. So they allow us be ourselves. They allow us self-heal with their love. For when they come up to us and cuddle us, it's a very precious gift of sharing. It is as if God has come down and He's touching us and saying, "Well done, good and faithful servant. Well done." And that's what we're feeling now. Our pets are allowing us sense the dignity that's afforded to each one of us as a child of God, a dignity that is often raped and desecrated by mankind, but not by the animal kingdom. And here we just feel total acceptance. We're accepted for who we are. We are loved for who we are. And there's a playfulness, like being a child again, in the playground, on the swings, on the roundabout, on the helter-skelter even. but here it's with our pets. We're rolling and tumbling in the grass, and they're rolling and tumbling with us, and there's a real sense of knowing. There's an inner knowing that we are loved, that we are truly loved. And Gaia comes to us, and she speaks to us. Come, my beloved child. Come into the garden of paradise, for you are a worthy steward. You give without counting the cost. You care for all our creatures, and you give so effortlessly and selflessly. Allow me bless you. Allow me prepare you for great abundance. Abundance where love and joy and peace are only the beginning. I want to bless your heart, for within that heart there is compassion, a rare commodity today, where the animal kingdom live in fear of modern man. But with you there is a selfless love, and I want to bless you. And I thank you. Be still now, and know that in this kingdom you are welcome. You are welcome. And all around you, you can hear Mr. and Mrs. B buzzing, as much as to say they've called to say hello. The sparrows, the finch, the thrush, the blackbird, they're all popping by to say hello, how are you? Thank you. Thank you for feeding our young. Thank you for providing water for our little birds. There is such peace here, and our beloved Mother Earth allows you share in the Cathedral of God, the Cathedral of Life, the Cathedral of Nature. Be still now and receive the gift of love. Receive with open arms the gift from Mother Earth, and suddenly we wake up and we're back in our room, and there's a feeling of love. There's a feeling of wherever I've been, it has left me feeling whole, complete, and at peace. And you notice by your feet, there's imprints in your carpet, evidence that there's been pets present, and there's a smell of fragrance of pets that you once loved and befriended, that have crossed over, and they've been here. Oh, we give thanks. We give thanks to our Father, Mother God, for giving us such an awareness of the beauties of nature and an appreciation that we are ambassadors of peace and that we work in partnership with Gaia and the animal kingdom. How blessed are we? So now we bring this time to a close, but we leave our hearts open to receive an abundance of love from the pets that share our life. For we share our life with them and they share their gifts with us. They share special gifts, for they trust us, they respect us, and they know that when the time is right to allow them crossover, they know that we will do that, and they repay us with unconditional love. So truly they are angels in disguise, messengers of God. And to recap on stillness, when you lose touch with inner stillness, you lose touch with yourself. And when you lose touch with yourself, you lose yourself in the world. And I wish you a pleasant evening, whoever you are, wherever you may be in the world. But I ask you to remember this: Mother Earth exists, and the animal kingdom you can see. Take time to stop. Take time to be still. And take time to listen. And you might be pleasantly surprised. Namaste. Shalom inshallah paxet bonum. Om Shanti. Solo di Caritas. Peace. Peace.